Assessing if you need in-home care transfers. Transfers is the term that's used, especially when you're dependent on a wheelchair. It's the action of going from one item, like your wheelchair, to another one, such as the toilet. The issue of transfers very heavily depends on your living arrangement. What I mean by this is if you can work out a strategy to manage going from one thing to another, even if it's a wheelchair that transports you from one item to the other, you'll be able to maintain a much higher level of dependence than someone who requires either one or two people to support the transfer, or the use of a mechanical lift to transfer you from your bed to a wheelchair, for example. So the first question I have for you is, do you need help with transfers? And this in and of itself could be the most daunting question that I have to ask you of this entire series. I need you to be honest with yourself so you can properly assess and plan for your needs. I want to get off topic for 1 second and share just a little bit of the journey that my grandmother went through. It was a struggle for her to accept living in a nursing home. It's that sense of giving up your independence, except that there are plus sides to a nursing home. I know right now if I ask you to make a list of pros and cons over living in a nursing home or not, there may be cons on that list as well. Depending on your level of independence, our dialogue today could lead you to the decision that maybe a retirement community is the best option for you, where some help is available, but you could still essentially live in what's like an apartment. I don't want you to feel discouraged if it is that you need help with transfers, but to be honest with yourself. If you could do a transfer, but you're prone to falling or you need some support, I wonder if a walker would be sufficient that you could use to go from your bed to a wheelchair, or even just using the walker itself to get from maybe your bed to the kitchen or bathroom. I'm specifically thinking of walkers that have either 2 or no wheels at all. I'm saying this because of it being steady. There may be specific reasons that an occupational therapist would recommend you use a walker with 4 wheels and brakes. I want you to work out what is the best option that's going to give you the most security and safety when you go between and transfer from your bed to other areas of your home environment. Some people may be able to stand enough to transfer between a wheelchair and toilet, shower, and chair, but just not have the motion, or maybe their hips or knees are very, very stiff, that prevents them from walking independently. So there's this option as well. When you're transferring from, let's say, your bed to the wheelchair, you can parallel park your wheelchair beside the bed when you lay down, so the bed and the wheelchair form an L shape, and then you could hold on to the wheelchair for stability as you go between the bed and the wheelchair. And this is what I need to do. This is the category where I fall into. I don't have the ability to walk independently for more than very few steps, but I can get myself in or the wheelchair to maintain my independence. If you're in this category, or the one I spoke of using a walker, maybe it's that you should be using a system that would page help for you if you took a fall. So I'm specifically thinking of where you wear a necklace or a chain and you push a panic button when you're on the floor and it makes an automated call and brings assistance to you. Services like this are available, and I might add, for someone who's at risk of falling, they're great peace of mind. And just so you know, I have fell several times, so I do understand the uncertainty that it brings. If you have the financial means, this may very well be a good option for you, especially if you don't have someone routinely checking in on you.